Welcome back. Sorry it's been a minute, but I've been spending a ton of time developing some new tools, some of which we will use on this set of guitars. And so as a guitar tool company, that has to be my focus, is developing new things to bring to market and to help everybody out. And I'm always looking to improve the tools that are out there and do so at a price point that's a little bit more friendly than some of the other companies are doing. And that takes a lot of time and effort to make that go. So apologies, but we are back. The last time we glued these two backs together. So one is a cutaway, one is a non-cutaway. And these are what I would call the medium grade out of that board that we processed, and the grain is nice, it's cut nice, it looks nice, there's good color in it. There was a set that I think is probably the top end, and then there's another set that's really kind of garbage. Has the big cathedrals in it, and you know, if that's your thing, that's your thing, but I think these are the two that I want to use in my first couple guitars. So today we will be bracing both of these backs, and in order to do so, I'm going to be using a template here. And again, Chris from Driftwood Guitars has a set of templates similar to what I've done here. I've just taken cues from him and then made them my own. I don't have his plans, I don't have his measurements. These are all from me and some of the research that I've done, taking a Taylor, I think they call it the Grand Auditorium, and then modifying it slightly for how I want to put the guitar together. But you can see this has all my notes on it, so that hopefully I don't have to go back to all my reference material. I've also got the Go Bar deck over here set up with pins, just like Chris does it, or very similar to how Chris does it. I don't know exactly how he does it, but it's got pins, and then I've got a 15-foot radius dish that we'll be using throughout this process. When I ordered the Adirondack spruce for my tops, I also bought some brace wood, and they put that in the box for me. And this is beautifully quarter sawn brace wood, just Adirondack spruce. And I've cut one of the pieces up into some brace material. These need to be drum sanded to thickness and width, so we're gonna do that. I also ordered a few extra tops that were low grade, I guess I would call them, and I made center back strips out of those tops, and one of them really got chowdered. So we'll have to work around that, but I should have plenty of material here for my brace wood, some of it again out of top wood, some of it out of these chunks that they sell as brace wood. So the first order of business is to get this brace wood down to the correct dimension, and 5/16 by half is what I'm going to be using. And again, all of this is from my research and several sets of plans that I've looked at, and then adapting all those plans over to my own design. We've got our spruce, and it's considerably taller than it should be. You can see the run out lines on the side. This isn't perfectly quarter sawn, but man, it's real close. So we're just gonna go ahead and with 3 of these, we can run it through on edge like this, get them down to 1/2 inch on the height, and then we'll run them through this way and get them 5/16 on the width. There we are. Get the glare off there. We are right at 1/2 inch. So now we need to be 31/25. That is the decimal for this dimension. And we'll get it there. Let's see, that's half. Where are we at now? Need to come down 100. So it was clear. Somewhere in there. So here we go. 31.2. I'm missing the 5, but we're gonna make that work. Half a thousandths off. Yeah, we can make that work. My notes say that this should be between 110 and 90 thousandths thick, so we're a little bit over. So we'll go ahead and sand that to dimension. Both pieces came out just below 100 thousandths, so 0.1 inch. It looks like we're like at 98, 97, something like that. So we're going to call that good for both of these. They look great. They cleaned up nicely. I've got our back in the dish here with the pins, and then our acrylic template on top of that, and then the spruce piece that lays in here. And I've got a channel that's just kind of perfectly fit for this piece, and I am going to cut it right at my mark for the block. What do you call it? The tail block? Tail block sounds right. I'm just scoring it there, and I'm going to guess that spruce is going to snap pretty easily. There we go. So just need to trim just a little bit there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Perfect fit. Feels good. I do have some LMI glue. This is what Chris recommends. Just gonna use a light amount. What I don't want is a huge amount of squeeze out coming out of this thing and getting all over the back of our guitar right where everybody looks in. So I'm just spreading that out with my finger, and we probably have a little too much. Just do it like Chris, just wipe it right on there. Sorry, Chris. I just see all the funny comments that he gets. He said in one of his videos that the bottom of his Go Bar deck looked like a kindergartner's school desk with all the boogers on it. So I understand that completely. Make sure there's no dust or anything else under there. And in we go. That's great. I have a little acrylic cover so we don't put dents in there. And now it's Go Bar time. I always wear glasses when I'm doing these Go Bars. They scare me. I've had a game of Pop Goes the Weasel go wrong. And it's no fun. So, wearing the safety glasses. Probably put 2 more in here. Those are coming off the sides there. Just using them to hold my Go Bar deck in place. That looks good. Looks great. We're going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and cut reliefs in here for the horizontal braces. I've got my braces 1 through 4 here and my 15-foot dish, and we're just gonna do this until we get them fitted. So I'm just cutting on the lines that I scored earlier, trying to make them tight to that scribe line as much as I can. Trying not to cut into the back here, knowing that we'll be able to see that. Got a little chisel here. Hopefully we can just pop these little dudes out. Just like that. And then yeah, that's going to be nice. I've got all the braces test fit in here, and I've got them all numbered 4, 3, 2, 1, just to make sure I don't screw something up. I just know how some of these things can be. So they're all fitting pretty snug. I'm feeling really good about the fit. And we're just going to put a little bit of glue on here. Spread it out. Any excess I'm going to take off. I don't want to deal with a whole bunch of squeeze out here. I think that's good. You also don't want to starve your glue joint either. There's a happy medium that we all try and find. I'm just going to do these one at a time. There's no sense getting crazy and trying to rush and glue things, and you know what I mean. I need to get my glasses on. Yep. There we go. Now, number 3, we're going in reverse order, 4, 3, 2, 1, at least how I have them numbered. It is the next day. Time to take the back out of the template here. Pull up on these guys. We got one last brace to clear here. And that one's going to split as well. Again, we're going to be voicing those and popping the tops off of them anyway. Not a big deal, but in the future I might cut those a little short. You know, you gotta pay your tuition. That's just the way it goes. There we go. Template's off. Now we can pull this back out and take a look at it. All braced up and nice. Got a good looking dome to it. That's kind of cool to see. Yeah, for sure. So that back is looking nice. Now we'll have to carve these braces down and get them shaped and everything else, but it looks like everything's stuck down really well. The go bars did leave little dents in there. I have seen people cover up the top of those. Again, we're going to be carving a lot of that away, so I'm not super worried about that. But in the future, if I've got things that are a little bit more sensitive that I want to keep, I'll definitely be putting something over the top of the piece before I put the go bars on. I was just getting ready to mark the cut lines on this back strap on my second back, and I realized there was probably an easier way to mark these. So I'm just taking a chisel that's a little bit wider than the piece I'm marking, and then backing it up against the template there with the flat side of the chisel, and then just pressing down to mark. And that seems to be a very quick way to mark these. So that's it for today. We've got the back braced. I am super stoked about how well this came out. I want to say again to everybody who's following along, thanks for following along. This has been fun for me so far. And thanks to everybody out there who's given me advice and shown me part of their process, bringing me inside a little bit for how to do this. I'm learning a ton here, and I hope you guys are as well. Take care.
If you would like more guitar-related content, click that subscribe button. If you want to follow the rest of this build, click the playlist to the right. And as always, visit skyscraperguitars.com for guitar tools and accessories.